Fighter jets, precision strikes, Iranian tankers disabled in the dark. 1 sailor dead, 4 missing, 10 wounded. And Iran with a warning that cuts through the diplomatic noise. Disturb our vessels again, and the war comes back. The ceasefire between the US and Iran is not a peace, it's a countdown. A fragile ceasefire, warships colliding in one of the world's most strategic waterways, and fresh fears that the Gulf could once again spiral towards open confrontation. As Iranian and American forces exchange accusations and naval clashes erupt near the Strait of Hormuz, tensions between Washington and Tehran are showing dangerous signs of escalation. Iranian media reported fresh sporadic clashes between Iranian forces and United States naval vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, despite ongoing efforts to maintain calm following recent hostilities in the Gulf region. According to Iran's Fars news agency, exchanges between the two sides continued for more than an hour in the strategic waterway, a critical global route for oil and commercial shipping. An anonymous Iranian military source quoted by Tasnim news agency warned of renewed confrontation in the Strait of Hormuz.
If the US tries to re-enter the Strait of Hormuz and disturbs Iranian vessels, there is still a possibility of re-entering such conflicts in the region.
The latest tensions follow military action announced by the US Central Command involving Iranian-flagged oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman. According to CENTCOM, American forces struck 2 empty Iranian-flagged oil tankers identified as MT Sea-Star 3 and MT Sevda on May 8th, after the vessels allegedly attempted to violate an ongoing United States blockade by entering an Iranian port. The US military stated that FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets launched from the USS George H.W. Bush fired precision munitions into the tanker's smokestacks, disabling both vessels before they could reach Iranian waters. CENTCOM also confirmed that a third Iranian-flagged vessel, MT Hasna, was disabled on May 6th. According to the statement, a fighter jet launched from the USS Abraham Lincoln fired several rounds from a 20mm cannon, damaging the tanker's rudder and preventing it from continuing its journey. Iran's foreign ministry has strongly condemned the US actions. Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghai accused Washington of engaging in what he described as adventurism and roguish behavior following the attacks on Iranian vessels.
Vermin-like nocturnal scheming and naive euphemisms such as a light slap can do nothing to erase the profound disgrace born of narcissism, greed, reckless miscalculation, and lawless irresponsibility. The consequences of this whimsical adventurism and roguish behaviour have now become clear to the entire world. Disjointed, delusional tweets no longer hold any sway over reality, though, as ever, the deeper they sink into folly, the more inventive they become in justifying it.
Meanwhile, Iranian authorities say the confrontation has already resulted in casualties. Mohammad Radmer, governor of Minab County in southern Iran, said rescue teams recovered the body of 1 sailor following an overnight US attack on an Iranian vessel in and around the Strait of Hormuz. According to Iran's Mehr news agency, search operations remain ongoing for 4 additional missing sailors. Iranian officials also reported that 10 sailors were injured during the naval confrontation. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most strategically sensitive maritime choke points, handling a major share of global energy shipments. As military operations, accusations, and retaliatory warnings continue to intensify, fears are growing that even limited clashes in the narrow waterway could trigger a much wider regional crisis with global economic and security consequences. The ceasefire between the United States and Iran is hanging by a thread, and only just. On May 7th, American forces carried out strikes against Iranian military facilities after claiming 3 US Navy destroyers came under fire while transiting the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian forces had launched missiles, drones, and small boats at the USS Truxtun, USS Rafael Peralta, and USS Mason as they passed through the strait. Every missile was knocked down. Every drone was shot out of the sky.
Rammed them through some pretty big stuff today, and we knocked the hell out of them. The destroyers weren't hurt in any way. The people weren't hurt, but they were firing at us, and we were firing back at them. And our firepower was a hell of a lot stronger than theirs, and they knocked the hell out of them. They took down a lot of small boats. You know, we call them small boats or fast boats. They're both small and they're fast, with some weaponry on the front.
Against what the Americans call unprovoked provocation, US Central Command hit back, targeting Iranian missile and drone launch sites, command centers, and surveillance nodes along the Iranian coast, including sites near Bandar Abbas and Keshem Island. The Pentagon called the Iranian attacks unprovoked.
US Central Command eliminated inbound threats and targeted Iranian military facilities responsible for attacking US forces, including missile and drone launch sites, command and control locations, and intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance nodes. CENTCOM does not seek escalation, but remains positioned and ready to protect American forces.
Iran disagreed. Its armed forces accused Washington of firing first, claiming American strikes hit civilian areas and that the US had targeted an Iranian oil tanker near the strait. Tehran said it responded by attacking US vessels east of the waterway. Somebody, as one analyst put it, is not telling the truth. What is not in dispute is that this is no longer a rare flare-up. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, confirmed earlier this week that Iran had attacked American forces more than 10 times since the ceasefire began. The strikes come as peace talks continue through Pakistani mediators, with Tehran still reviewing Washington's proposal and offering no formal response. Iran's parliament has called on the US to offer a wish list. At the same time, Trump warned that patience is running out.
They trifled with us today. We blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle. I'll let you know when there's no ceasefire. You won't have to know. If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran. And they better sign their agreement fast.
The ceasefire for now holds, although just barely, and with exchanges of fire becoming routine in one of the world's most critical waterways. The question is no longer whether it will break, but when.